President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Before we get into this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Capitol Truthline, and share this out, because what you're about to see is exactly why Washington, D.C. hates being questioned by real Americans.
You believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
Right. And it makes you angry that President Trump does not believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Senator, I'm not here to discuss immigration policy. I'm here to discuss whether or not we use the military to enforce it.
And it makes you angry that most Americans don't believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Not in the slightest, sir. Again, I am not here to discuss the immigration policy.
Yeah. Duty, honor, respect, you talked about that.
Yes,
in
Senator.
your opening statement. On October 14th of this year, you went on CNN. I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. To Bob Woodward, if he, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are, in fact, fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Senator, for 35 years, I served my country with absolute honor and distinction, and I will continue to do so.
You agree with what Ms. Moran said?
Of course.
We've got a few minutes left.
23 seconds.
Well, actually, you let Ms. Klobuchar go well over, so I'm assuming you'll extend me the same.
I'll give you the same minute I gave to her.
You gave it a minute 20. I timed it.
You're
I watch you
using
like a hawk, Dick. Mr. Melnick, Mr. Reichlin Melnick, you believe in open borders too, don't you?
I do not, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay. On November 1st, 2022, you tweeted, both Texas and Louisiana have their knives out for black immigrants. Do you remember that tweet?
I don't, but it's quite possible.
What Texans, it's not only possible, it happened. You're not denying it, are you?
No, I'm saying, referring to the context.
Who are
I
you
actually
talking
don't
to?
know the
Who
context.
are you talking to about who in Texas had their knives out for black immigrants?
Guessing the context, but my suspicion is that it has to do the Attorney General Ken Paxton and the Attorney General of
Give me a
Louisiana.
name.
I just did.
You don't have a name, do you?
I just said Ken Paxton.
You don't have a name, do you? You just said it, didn't you?
Just said Ken Paxton.
All right, how about Louisiana, you said Louisiana has its knives out for black immigrants. Who in Louisiana were you talking about?
Again, I'm not certain. That was 2 years ago, and as I'm sure you know, much has happened in the last 2 years.
Well, did you say it?
Again, I do not remember the context,
But you don't,
Senator
you
Kennedy.
said somebody had their knives out from Louisiana for black immigrants, but you don't know who they were? You just said it?
I said the Attorney General of Louisiana and Texas, and I believe this referred to specifically lawsuits brought and arguments that were made in court that the arrival of Haitians
I'm out
and
of time,
others
but I
were
want to get you
inherently
on the
dangerous,
record.
which was
You
not.
Thank you very much, Senator.
believe
Appreciate
that the
your
Attorney
questions.
General at that time of Louisiana had his knives out for black immigrants. That's your testimony.
Given the
Thank
All right,
you,
litigation-
folks, let's talk about this clip that's blowing up for all the right reasons. What you just watched was not rudeness. It was not grandstanding. It was accountability. And Senator John Kennedy delivered a masterclass that the D.C. elite absolutely despise. This hearing exposed something the American people already know, but rarely get to see so clearly. There is a ruling class in Washington that believes it is smarter, more virtuous, and morally superior to the people it serves. And when someone finally challenges them, they melt. It starts with a very simple question. Do you believe in open borders? That should be an easy answer. But instead of a straight response, the general hides behind the oldest trick in the political playbook. I believe in the rule of law, sir. That's not an answer. That's avoidance. When someone can't say they support a secure border, it tells you everything you need to know. And Senator Kennedy knew it. He didn't let it slide. He did what real oversight looks like. He pulled the receipts. He read the general's own words from a CNN appearance, where this supposedly neutral military leader praised calling President Trump not like any sane leader, celebrated another general for labeling Trump a total fascist, and went even further by saying most MAGA Republicans are fascists themselves. Think about that for a moment. This is a man entrusted with authority, power, and influence in the United States military. A man who lectures about duty, honor, and respect. And yet he openly expressed contempt for tens of millions of Americans who simply voted differently than he did. Under oath, he's asked a basic question. Did I read that accurately? And he admits it. Yes. That's the moment the mask comes off. Kennedy's follow-up question is devastating because it cuts straight to the truth. Do you think you're smarter than the American people? Do you think you're more virtuous than them? And the response tells you everything. Senator, I am insulted by your comment. Insulted. This man had no problem insulting 75 million Americans by calling them fascists. But the moment his own arrogance is challenged, suddenly he's offended. That is the D.C. mindset in a nutshell. This is the swamp. This is the expert class. They despise the voters, but demand respect. They smear ordinary Americans as extremists, but cry foul when anyone questions their authority. And then Kennedy drives the point home by throwing the general's own words back at him. Duty, honor, respect. You don't get to hide behind those words while openly attacking the people you swore an oath to serve. This is exactly why Americans are losing trust in institutions. The military is supposed to be apolitical. It serves the Constitution, not cable news narratives or partisan grudges. When high-ranking officials feel comfortable labeling half the country as enemies, that is dangerous. What we saw here wasn't cruelty. It wasn't bullying. It was necessary accountability. It was sunlight. This is why hearings matter when they're done right. This is why fighters like John Kennedy matter. He didn't shout. He didn't rant. He let the truth speak for itself, and the arrogance collapsed under its own weight. So I'll ask you the same question. Did this general get exactly what he deserved? Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. This is Capitol Truthline. Thanks for watching.